agenda item number 12 is an ordinance setting the salaries of the mayor, council president, and council members.
Thank you. Before we, excuse me, going for, to introduce this, the state law requires that salaries and benefits for the incoming elected officials must be established a minimum of 6 months prior to the election. So now's a good time during the budget planning to do this. Also, since people will start planning their campaigns within the next couple of months, this allows those who intend to run for the office of 2012 to know well in advance what their pay will be. You will notice that council pay is the same, which means there's been no pay increase for the next 4 years, which means there will be 8 years of the council at the same rate. The recommendations for the mayor has been reduced to $30,000 a year. This figure was determined from a comparison of data collected from other cities in Alabama with a population of fewer than 50,000 that has either a city administrator or city manager. Keep in mind that by state law, elected officials are not required to work full time. Another thing is that none of us own our elected positions. We could very well see next year that we have 6 new elected folks up here. And at this time, no one has yet made an announcement they would be running for the city office. Third, concerning the mayor's salary, let me make sure that you understand this. In Fairhope, we're lucky because we have the utility system. The number of $30,000 is based strictly comparing other salaries. If the next council comes in and they think that the mayor's not making enough money, they can immediately hire him as a utility superintendent and pay whatever money they want to. So just want to make sure that everyone knows that this is with no gotchas. This is just a sound, frugal management for city resources.
I know we got to do it, no question about that. I have no problem with the other. So.
Except the fact that we're not, I agree with you. Mayor Kent has done a great job under very adverse conditions. We have, the law says that we have a new kind of government. We've been implementing that. Excuse me, we try to obey the law, do what the law says. It has nothing to do with personalities, none whatsoever. And this has nothing to do with Mayor Kent right now. We don't know who's going to be the next mayor. As I said, whoever the next mayor is, the council, if he can go ahead and tell the council, whoever the mayor is, that he needs more money, they can come in and hire him. The book says he can hire him immediately for however much they want to. So let's take the Mayor Kent off the table for right now.
Let's just put the mayor, take Kent off and put the...
Put you on. Say you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I say I'm running, yeah. I'm not retired, but
Let me say one other thing too. Again, in my philosophy, in politics, it's not a job. We're not waving a flag up here and say, hey, we're going to give you this much money, come out here and do a job. This country is based on people volunteering and doing a job in the government. I think that all of us who have the capability and the time, we're lucky to be able to come and offer our services to our fellow citizens. It's not a job for hire, okay? So that should not be the criteria that we use.
Well, I've often said I'd do it for nothing, but since you're willing to pay me, you know, I'm going to take the money just like the rest of y'all.
Yeah, I think, of course, my personal opinion, I think the problem nationally is we have a bunch of professional politicians running our country, and they don't vote what is good for the country. They vote to keep their job in their office. Now, I may offend some of the folks that are up there, but that's my opinion. I don't think that they vote. As far as the council and the mayor taking flack and trouble, the salary isn't to attract. That's not the issue. Either you're going to serve or you're not going to serve. And we get the same flack that the mayor gets. We get the same calls that the mayor gets. We're also making assumptions that all of us are going to be here, or none of us are going to be here. If it was up to Mr. Ritt, we all just pack up and go home now. But there's an election coming up, and whatever it comes out to, we have the responsibility of setting the salaries for those people who, it may be us, it may not be us. And the other thing is, no one makes anyone run for office. If you don't like the office, if you don't like the salary, if you don't like the perks, then don't run. It's as simple as that. And that goes for the mayor, that goes for the council. If you don't want the job, and if you don't think you can do it, the salary should be the enticement. You either want to do it or you don't want to do it.
Ms. Quinn?
I agree with Dan. I think that this is, I don't think you want a professional politician sitting in any of these spots. And the salary sometimes makes that happen. And I know that we have a city administrator, he's not a manager, so it's not a management form of government, but a city administrator that does take a lot of the pressure off the mayor's day-to-day workings. And I think that helps in looking at salaries a little more cohesively. And if you look at the other cities in the state that have managers or administrators, they're all way bigger than us. Auburn, the mayor gets $16,000 and they've got 42,000 people there. Auburn's a great city. I think we need to look at that, just like we need to look at all our employees' salaries that we just voted for.
Okay. Yes, sir. We'll let this one over until the next meeting and come back up for more discussion at that time, if we don't have any more discussion now.
Agenda item number